I would have to say my favorite part of Oklahoma City is the strong community that we have. I feel that everyone is each other's neighbor, everyone tries to be each other's friend, and I've traveled a lot, and I feel like I've never really seen that. Even some of the nicest places I've been to, it's very interesting because you'll find out that everyone is nice, but they're not necessarily friendly, like what you find in Oklahoma City. I see a lot of walking in my neighborhood and a lot of running, and we don't have sidewalks. So my roommates and I, we cycle, and so we're okay, but we see a lot of joggers and runners, and we're all sharing the road along with a bunch of cars. So I think that's the biggest thing that's missing right now. I actually want to say my favorite place is here, just because of, like I said before, the community is just so strong here. I've been given an opportunity to move, and I actually declined it because I love watching the growth and the potential changes that Oklahoma City has to offer. But the thing I would steal from another city, I would have to say the weather from San Diego. It's just beautiful. I visited and it's sprinkled and everyone freaked out. So compared to here, I think I'd take their weather.
What it's turned into in the last 20 years. From 1995 until now, I travel around the country and I tell people if you haven't been here, you really need to come back because you would not recognize Oklahoma City. I love the transformation, but I like that we still have a small town feel. So that's what I love. I just hope to see more of the same, more growth, more things like the Plaza district, more things like Midtown. I love what's going on down there. So the streetcar, looking forward to seeing anything from Maps 3 happen. I have not seen anything yet, so, and I voted for it, so that's what I'm looking forward to. My neighborhood, any sort of neighborhood infrastructure, 2-car garages, more street lights in my neighborhood, sidewalks. We have no sidewalks in my neighborhood, so that's probably the biggest thing. San Diego, California. Just probably a personal thing, probably be just the microbrew culture they have in San Diego, the freedom to have microbreweries that can actually give out free samples, restaurants that can sell the beer that they make and it doesn't have to be a certain alcoholic volume. The downtown feel, the larger downtown where people actually want to come to at night, which is nice.
Favorite thing about Oklahoma City would definitely have to be the people, very friendly. I go to other places all the time and it's just don't have that Oklahoma feel that just you'll have a friendly face or a smile or just something about Oklahoma City that just brings out the niceness in people. I've lived here my entire life. It almost makes me like want to stay here even more. I mean, I've always been loyal to Oklahoma City, but I thought about moving away, going to like a city like Austin or to Kansas City or like something like that, like a Denver. But I'm seeing all the progress and the developments here, just in the plaza and downtown, and it makes me want to just continue to stay and see what else Oklahoma City has in store. So up north, so let's just say the whole Memorial Corridor, it's really, gosh, it's kind of like a club. There's no like chill sit down atmosphere like there is at Saints or there is at Empire. So I would say it's a nice casual atmosphere that's young, more, I wouldn't say like hip because that's just not the word, but I would just say just really relaxed and friendly. That's up north, so it'd be nice. Well, I'll give you two. One is in Chicago. I love the public transit there. It's just great to me. Like I was able to navigate, even as like a first time visitor, I was able to navigate it pretty quickly and easily. And then two would have to be, I went to this place in Austin, I can't remember the name of it, but it's pretty much just a huge open area where you can get a beer and you can sit down, and it's outside, it's covered patio area with tons of seating, and within this area there's tons of restaurants and retail shops around this, so you can pretty much go to a restaurant. Oh, it's gonna be an hour wait. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go sit down over here, drink a beer, and just hang out for this hour with my friends until, I walk right back down the street to the restaurant. So
you'd like to see a place like that?
Yeah, just centralized in the middle of a super public and retail intense area where there's just a nice chill zone.
My favorite thing about Oklahoma City would be definitely the people. They're so friendly and so welcoming, and it's really a lot of fun to be around everybody, especially at things like the Live on the Plaza. Well, I was saying for a long time that we really needed a coffee shop, but now we have one. So that's really cool. And then listening and talking to friends, I really think it'd be cool to have a fresh grocer down here, like a nutritional food grocer though, you know, like spinach and organic foods, farm to table kind of stuff I think would be really neat. Well, to be honest, I'm Canadian and from the mountains. So my favorite place is the mountains. And it's not really possible to have mountains in Oklahoma. But a more kind of pedestrian-friendly city would be really great. More sidewalks, more pedal bike, or maybe more organized pedal bike lanes. I know they are there, but they're hard to maneuver for me so far. But that would be really wonderful. I'm really happy to be in Oklahoma. I love all the initiatives and everything that's going on. It's really cool. I feel like we're on the curve, and I'm really happy to be a part of it.
All of the new small neighborhoods that are popping up, and all the restaurants and the people and the art. And so, in fact, I grew up in Gatewood neighborhood, and my parents still live here, and so I moved around in Oklahoma, and then now I live in Shepherd, so not too far away. It's kind of amazing. It was pretty thriving. At least 16th was a little bit of stuff. There was when I grew up when I was little, second and third grade, and then it was an area where you didn't really come down to, and there wasn't much down here. And I've been teaching at Gatewood, which is an elementary school in the neighborhood, for 23 years. And so kind of being back down around here, it's changed a lot, especially in the last 5 or 10 years. So more of what's happening. So, because I have a son that's 22, and I would like this kind of stuff. He loves all the neighborhoods. And if we continue to build that, then he wants to stay when he gets out of college. So I guess I would say here a park, because I kind of consider this my neighborhood too. So a park for the kids. No, I'm really enjoying all the restaurants. Can't wait for the Rise on 23rd to have even more shopping in different kinds of places. So to see 23rd continue to build up like 16th and Midtown.
I like the Plaza a lot, and I love that there's so much art coming in, like in all aspects, like downtown, Midtown, uptown. I love that whole aspect too. And I don't know, I just think that it's really cool that there's a lot of small businesses in every nook and cranny of the city now. And
I like the art too, and I grew up in Austin for 10 years, and Oklahoma City's kind of reminded me of Austin with all the art, and especially now that we're getting a lot of like new restaurants and food and stuff, and I like food quite a bit, so seeing different food that you don't normally see every day is really cool. I gotta say more bike lanes for me, because I like riding my bike everywhere.
I'd have to agree. More bike lanes. Like Chartel has bike lanes, and so whenever we ride bikes, we try to make our way over to there, but otherwise...
Kind of like what the edge of your neighborhood has, where they've got designated bike areas would be nice. Kind of, maybe not everywhere, but at least in the neighborhoods like Plaza and Midtown where people are quite a bit.
Maybe like, I don't know if, I think I heard them maybe talk about it, but get Spokies up here in the Plaza district so that you could ride from here to downtown, and because I feel like this is a pretty central hub, kind of. So
I could go with that, more accessible bikes like Spokies, or maybe a program like it that is based in Plaza or something.
I love Oklahoma City. I lived in California for a while, and it's just Oklahoma City's come to be something I can't get over. So I don't know what I would add, to be quite honest.
And my favorite place is probably Plaza, because I'm down here all the time. It's got so much stuff, but I don't really know what I would add besides like mountains, but that's kind of impossible. So keeps the mountains special too. So.
Yeah.
That's true. Favorite thing about Oklahoma City would probably have to be the community. I met this kid for the first time today, and he is a friend's kid, and that's how trusting he was with me, because it kind of describes Oklahoma City, how everybody's trusting, everybody's friendly, everybody's nice, smiling, and everybody just likes to have a good time. I love Oklahoma City, and I hope to continue living here and see the improvements. I would say public transportation. I think we're headed in the right direction, but I would like to see something of similar to like San Francisco, where people can get one place to the other without having to drive a vehicle. My favorite place would probably have to be New York City, and I would like to see something like Central Park, where there's trails, there's dog park, it's family friendly, and it's just a really safe and good environment where people can be outdoors all the time. I feel like we're headed in the right direction with that, and we're getting more and more stuff added, but if I could steal one thing, it'd be Central Park.
I think I moved here from a small town, about 28,000 people in Arkansas. So I think the coolest thing about Oklahoma City, I was just telling somebody today, is that there's always something to do, and it's really culturally oriented. It's not just sports, and it's not just one thing. And I think that's really what sets it apart. You talk about that a lot, economic development, in that the city has oil and gas. We also have medical. We also have aviation, and I think, as far as activities and what keeps people coming here, is that you can go to a soccer game, you can go to a basketball game, you can go to arts districts, you can go watch ballet, you can do all sorts of different things to really, kind of find your niche in the area. And I think that's really cool. And I think that's just only going to further develop as the arts districts kind of come around and the TIF districts get more developed. And I think that's really what sets the city apart, is its diversity. Well, I live in an apartment complex, and I'm kind of right at a busy corridor, so I think there's really not a lot that I can say I miss. I spend more of my time downtown and over outside of it. I kind of just live there and buy my groceries there, but I really kind of frequent downtown and this district and the Film Row and stuff like that. So I guess around that area, it's not very walkable. I do live up there. I run over at the lake. I like coming down here to run because it's a little bit safer. People drive slower, but there's not a lot of options up there to just go down and run down the road. I tried running down McGrath there one day and almost got killed. So it's not very walkable up that way, I think. And they're working on that. They're putting up their sidewalks going in by the school and stuff like that, but it can be better. My favorite city of all time is New Orleans. I like New Orleans because I went there before. I went there after Katrina, and then I went a few years later, and it's a lot. I really like the arts culture of that and its history. And they really play up their history a lot, and we don't do that as much here. I think we could do a little bit better of playing up our the land run and everything, and then maybe incorporate that more into the arts history.
My favorite thing about Oklahoma City has been watching it grow over the past 27 years living here, and just seeing the potential that we have for some crazy momentum. And it's just been wonderful to watch all the development, and it's a place I actually really want to live, so that's been amazing. My dream is just that we keep moving forward and don't waste the momentum that we spent the past 20 years building.
Awesome. Great.
I think that my neighborhood is missing out on a sense of community. I don't see my neighbors very often, and when I do, I try to be friendly and speak to them, but I don't know. I'm on the board of our neighborhood association, Class in 10 Pen, and we have a lot of events, and I always have a really good time, but I just miss that sense of close-knit neighbors on a short street. So my second favorite city, besides Oklahoma City, is San Francisco. For me, it would have to be the density. I just feel like since there's so many people in their city center, they have a better chance of getting all the cool stuff. And it's just a really great feeling to be out, in the central business district during the middle of the day and just seeing all those people. I don't know, I'm a city person, so I love it.
The people, like the heart is so big. Long story short, my bike broke down on 36th and Western 2 days ago, and I tweeted, anybody in Oklahoma City can help me. Some guy tweeted me back like, where are you at? I'll come help you. Like, everybody in Oklahoma City's heart is like so big. That's all I have to say. Like, it's amazing. I've been living in Oklahoma City for 30 years now. Growing up here, man, it's unbelievable, man. As a kid, I used to go downtown, and I remember downtown was all beat up and stuff, but I still used to get inspired because of all the big buildings. And now to see everything like really nice, and there wasn't any places to eat, there wasn't no entertainment. The fact that you can go down there and chill and spend the day, it's amazing. It's phenomenal. Well, I wish there were more things like this, like more block parties, more free stuff for everyone to come together outside. Just more sociable stuff. Artsy sociable stuff. Live music, art, stuff like that. like I said, I am an independent artist. I go to a lot of music festivals. And funny thing is, with that being said, every music festival, they're so grand. I love home so much that I'm ready to come home. So I had to get that out first. But every music festival I went to, all the music festivals were started by local artists, like their local artists. And I wish that our local scene would come together, from rock to red dirt to rap to blues. We could come together, put our money together, put our thoughts together, and build our own festival, and just start a creative community. I just want to say hi to everybody. Y'all keep the heart, man. And if y'all see me, y'all say hi. That's all I got to say. Peace and love.
My favorite thing about Oklahoma City is the fact that, to me, I'm not from here originally. I grew up in Atlanta, which is a big town, but moved here about 27 years ago. And Oklahoma City, to me, these days has become the perfect size town. It's not too small where there's not enough going on, and it's not so huge where all the traffic and everything is an issue. It has become the perfect size town for me, and I love it here. There used to be a lot of things that were missing out of this neighborhood. We really needed a pub or something, and now we've got 5. We really needed a coffee shop, and now we've got one. We really needed a pizza place, and we've got one. Probably the thing that maybe is missing the most from here would be a small market, a small grocery, something that you could kind of pop down to the corner and grab your milk or grab a staple of some sort. That would be nice, that we don't have yet. What would I steal from someplace else? I would steal other places' politicians. I would get a nice, more progressive group of politicians down to the Capitol. Probably would benefit everyone. Some mass transit would be good. Oklahoma City is, as much as I love it, it's very car centric, and it would be nice if we could have a little bit more public transit that was a little bit better. And maybe a little bit more scenic beauty. I mean, you don't really think of Oklahoma City when you think of someplace that's scenically beautiful, but I think we're doing pretty well with what we have to work with.
My favorite thing about Oklahoma City is, I don't want to say the people because that sounds so cliche, but I love the vibe. I love the energy. I've only been here, we're a transplant from about 12 going on 13 years. I worked for an airline when we had the bombing, and so we aided all of the people. So I kind of fell in love with Oklahoma City before, just seeing the support. And then got the opportunity to move here, and once I moved here I was like, that's it, I'm staying, I love it. And we've lived in the suburbs, but I love the city, I love it. I don't know my neighbors. There's not a lot of communication, there's not a lot of interaction, and I'm really hoping, I want to be a stimulus in that situation and help and try to build that area. I think it's a great area. I just think we need to say hi, get to know one another. Well, when I worked for the airline, I worked in reservations, so I didn't see a whole lot of places. I talked to a lot of people from a lot of different places. Okay, really cheesy, but I honestly I couldn't think of any one favorite. I have so many, and I think every day there's like something favorite. Like my favorite thing about this day is just being here. It's just really exciting. I work for a commercial real estate firm, and so I get to see and hear a lot about what's going on behind the scenes and what's coming down the pipeline, and there's just so many great things. I think we have an excellent mayor. I think he's done a tremendous job, and I think he'll go down in history. I am just excited for our future. I think we're a really big deal. I think we're the best kept secret.
Well, I think my favorite thing about Oklahoma City is just the spirit of the young people here saying that they're going to take part in the city and make sure that it becomes the city they want it to be. It's really inspiring to be around all of that. I've been living in the city for about 3 full years now, but I was in Norman before that and would come to the city often. In Automobile Alley, I'd love to see crosswalks. Crossing Broadway is sometimes a little difficult. So something like a good change that I've seen. Well, even just on my street, just recently, on just last weekend, Broadway got restriped to add more parking for people, which is great for the street to have more people walking and being able to shop and more space for that. And so Broadway added about 40 parking spots, and it was a really cool thing to see the process of that happen for that street. It's been great. When I was in New York City one time, I went to this restaurant called the Hourglass Tavern, and it was just this tiny restaurant that could seat maybe 20 people. And it was really fun to be in a restaurant environment that's so small and intimate and doesn't take up a lot of space. And I'd love to see small restaurant concepts like that around Oklahoma City.
My favorite thing about Oklahoma City is the different little pockets of areas that feel different, yet you get a cool vibe that you don't in some other cities. Paseo feels so much different than Midtown. Midtown feels so much different than Plaza. The Class and Curve area feels so much different than anything else. So, I just like the diversity in the different neighborhoods that you can hang out in. In my neighborhood, personally, it's a lighting situation. I think we could have a few more lights. People say it's an up-and-coming area, but I think there are a lot of up-and-coming areas. But yeah, lighting in my neighborhood could probably help out quite a bit. Yeah, so in New York, there's a park called Highline Park that is basically a park built on the old raised train tracks. And it's just overlooking the river. It's beautiful. They use a lot of different buildings to make it just kind of look cool, and it's still a park. It's got tons of greenery and places to sit and enjoy and see great sights of the city too. So
you'd like to see that kind of place?
Yeah, it would be really cool. More dog parks for this one. So, yeah.
My favorite thing about Oklahoma City is that it's really peaceful. There's not much gang violence, and quite frankly, besides the tornadoes, everything's pretty relaxed here. I love it here. Nothing else. The park that we have for our neighborhood, I don't mean to complain, it's right behind a school, and sometimes they'll actually shoot people off.
Oh, yeah?
I don't think that's very polite.
Oh, because the park belongs to the school?
Yeah. Or at least I think it's a school. Favorite place I've ever been. I have two. Vintage Stock and Barnes & Noble. I'm an avid book reader. Definitely a little more artwork. Like paint some stuff on the buildings. Make it look a little more lively.
Murals and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Curbside Chronicles is a homeless magazine. It's stories written by homeless and other articles in there, local businesses and stuff like that, supporters of the magazine. What we do, vendors like myself, we buy the magazine for 75 cents and we sell it to the public for $2. So it's a $1.25 profit for each magazine we sell, plus tips. The people have been very generous with their tips.
Is that going well for you?
It's going great for me. So far I've sold or given away 695 magazines. My goal is 1,000. Yeah, I'm currently saving up on housing, and I'm $100 away from getting my house. Well, it's not good, especially on winter nights, but I always believe that God take care of those who take care of themselves. So you keep your chin up, work hard, you can do better in life. There's a lot of great people throughout history who were one-time homeless, and they made off the streets, and so can you if you put hard work into it. I like the downtown library a lot. I've been to different libraries around the country, Charlotte, Jackson, etc. here and there, and I guess the most impressive library so far where I come across the Oklahoma City downtown library. What I like to see in the city, well, I guess one thing I'd like to see more vendors like myself, I think it's a great magazine, and I like to see more vendors and a lot less panhandlers. They still outnumber us 20-1, So that's one thing I like to see. More, vendors and less panhandlers, you know. And, you know, it gives us a job, opportunity to better ourselves. And that's what I'm doing. I'm bettering myself. Like I say, I pretty much do this full time now. It's my job, and I'm working, and I'm that close to getting me a place, you know, $100 away. And I even set myself a goal, 1,000 magazines, you know. I don't know what else to say.
My favorite thing about Oklahoma City is the community that seems to be was propagated by the Thunder. It's really a really good thing for the community. I'd like to see more dog parks, more just make things more walkable. I think that would be greater for the community. Red River, New Mexico. It is a really small community. Everybody walks everywhere, or they take their little golf carts or their gators or whatever they are, and they can make them up the mountains. They can make it around here. I would just like to see the more smallness, the closeness of the community. That's what I'd like to see.
I really like the Plaza district, and I love the Paseo and how they have like these little areas that are different from like the big city. They're smaller, like neighborhoods. I like that. I like how they have things that go on in these areas. I like that. I would love to have like a real grocery store, like not Homeland, not Walmart, like a place like not Whole Foods either, but something that's a little more better for you. Maybe even like a farmer's market that's close. I would love that. Within walking distance, that would be ideal. I wish that our city was a little bit, and I know this will probably never happen, but I can dream. I want it to be a safe place. I want to be able to bring my children and hang out with them and everything be fine and not be scared about once it gets after dark. So I would like that, but like I said, I don't know if that'll ever happen here, but I can dream.
It's a very affordable place to live.
I like that we finally have family activities available, like down at the Myriad Gardens, the concerts, the movie nights, the Paseo, the Plaza. Fun things to do.
Yeah.
I like a lot of the changes that they made as far as what they're doing with Bricktown, to where you can go down there and actually go see a Thunder game, or go and walk around and go to different places to eat, go down the canal. I think they've done a good job with that.
Bricktown is great. It has. It's grown because we're both originally from here, so it's come farther than I would have ever dreamed.
Yeah.
And I think it's good you're giving people a voice, and hopefully it will fall on ears that are willing to listen.
I would like for them to bring back the elementary schools that are within like a few blocks of your house, instead of busing everybody in from 2 miles away when you used to be able to walk to school. You can't anymore. They still want you to walk though. 2 miles.
I would probably like maybe more police officer patrol, probably in our neighborhood, because the graffiti is kind of getting out of control, and the theft is way out of control. So where I know they sit in their speed trap places, but I'd like them in my neighborhood. And when the kids are getting high at the neighborhood park, I would like some officers around. Yeah, 104th and Penn, May, by OCCC.
My favorite place I've been is Branson, Missouri. It's just real family oriented, and I love Table Rock Lake, if we can bring that here.
Mine would be Brighton, England, and I would like to bring the attitude of the people, because they're very real and genuine, and I think very non-judgmental and accepting and tolerant, and different cultures, and everybody's blended, but nobody has anything negative about the other people to say. So I think that would be nice. I think sometimes here I see judgmental people and hypocrites. But I don't know if you can fix that.
Okay, so the people. I don't always agree with what happens at the state capitol, but all of my friends who leave and come back always say that they miss the people, and there's something about everybody who lives here. There's a sense of community, from what happened in the Murrah bombing to when the Thunder came. I mean, a lot of people say the Thunder when you ask them what their favorite thing is about, but I think there's a reason the Thunder is here and that it's successful, and I think it's because of the people. So the people is definitely the answer. I would like to see a grocery store that's open late, or a gas station that's open past like 10. So I've traveled a little bit across the country, and everywhere I go, I look for things that I think could work in Oklahoma City. And so most recently I was in Seattle. I want to bring their bike culture to Oklahoma City, mostly because I just recently purchased a wonderful bicycle on Craigslist from a great guy, because the people are great. And I'd like better public transportation. I wish that our urban sprawl wasn't as bad, because I think Oklahoma City's got so much potential. So bike culture and public transit. I grew up in a small town in Oklahoma, and I moved to Norman when I went to college. But like, as soon as I got to Norman, I drove through Oklahoma City and felt drawn to it. And I've just known that I wanted to live in Oklahoma City ever since. And now I'm living in the heart of it, and I just love it. And I can't wait to see what the city's like in 10 years.